What did I think of the new Superman 2025 movie after watching it a second time? Well, my review and my feelings are not exactly in line with the first time that I reviewed it, so let's go into the studio and I'll tell you all about it. Alright, so on second viewing of Superman 2025, I've got more notes. So, overall, I still really like the movie. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a comic book movie. I think we can go into this thing and not expect to see the secrets of the universe revealed. We don't have to take it so seriously. It's just a movie. It's a superhero movie, so let's have fun with it. I think that that's what my mindset is on. That said, there's a lot of jumping around in this movie that I can't particularly vibe with. Like, it's not like a linear story. It's almost what I said to my buddy David, who watched it with me. It's a montage story. It's like all these different montages and vignettes that tie into the overall arc of what the character is doing and what the character around him are doing, characters. And I don't think that it necessarily represents one linear thing. Like, everything's all over the place. Like, for example, with the kaiju, 1 second it's like this tiny little thing, and then all of a sudden it's like it's jumped up into this giant thing. We get no real explanation as to why or how or what the logic is behind that. The Pocket Universe is a lot of fun, but, like, again, we haven't gotten... I know that I said that it's good that it's not an origin story, but we needed some origins behind it. Like, where did Lex Luthor get this technology? I mean, I think that they might brush over it in the movie, but I can't really remember, and that's the thing. It's one of those things where it has to be... This is something that you've spent a little bit of time sort of on. Obviously, in the beginning of the movie, we see that Lex can just get into the Fortress of Solitude just like that. We don't really understand why. Of course, we then see that it's because of the, it's Ultraman's DNA. But yeah, I would, as much as I say I don't want an origin story again, I think that one needed to happen. Like, yes, we were thrown into the middle of it, and I get it, but we didn't have enough exposition, I don't think. I mean, there was exposition, but like, not enough. The more I look at the parents, like Jonathan and Martha Kent, the more I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Like, some of the scenes that they really feel that they are just too disconnected from Clark. And I think it's interesting. I watched an interview with James Gunn, and he was talking about how he had like 6 actors, 3 and 3, like for Superman and Lois, Clark and Lois. And he was, all of them were great. And even Nicholas Hoult was reading for Superman, and he was great. Nicholas and Rachel together, they were great. But the thing is, he found this chemistry with David and Rachel that none of them had, and that's what he was looking for. Like he said, he could have cast it any which way, but it was that chemistry that really sold him. Now, in that sense, I see no chemistry between Clark and his parents. I just don't. I don't believe that relationship. It almost feels as if they are just... I mean, obviously they're adoptive parents, but they've known him for 30 years. I want a better relationship. Jonathan is too dumbed down. Martha is too dumbed down. And I think that really affects the chemistry of it, where we're focusing too much on that. Like, there was a part where Jonathan was speaking, and I was like, is he okay? Like, is there something medically wrong with him? And that's not what I want. I want a warm Jonathan Kent. I want a warm Martha Kent, who I feel comfortable with, in terms of if Superman went to them with some kind of problem, they'd be able to help him solve it. They'd be able to be those parents that he needs for that comfort, and I just don't get that from them. I really, really don't. Wendell Pierce as Perry White, really, I'm sure we'll get more of him in future movies. Really want more of him. Think he's a fantastic actor. Didn't get enough of him. I think I'm going to say it. Nicholas Hoult, though, best Lex Luthor ever. Best Lex Luthor ever. Love Gene Hackman, but there was a lot of slapstick and funny stuff in there, but Nicholas Hoult is like evil. He's like evil. Best Lex Luthor ever, I think. David Corenswet, really like his performance. He's a weakish Superman. Not weak, but obviously he's got some strengthening up to do. He got punched around like a lot of this movie. Like, the action was happening around him, not necessarily with him, which isn't horrible, because obviously it is that's the type of movie that it is. But yes, I still feel like it was a Superman movie. But that said, I think a lot was happening to Superman rather than with Superman, if that makes sense. I don't know. But again, that chemistry was brilliant between him and Rachel. Jimmy, really loved him. I really like him as an actor. I think he's great. But yeah, I think there's just a lot of moments where I was just like, it jumps around. It jumps around a lot, and I think that there are certain moments in the movie that were not earned. That, like, for example, I know we're supposed to feel bad when the Kryptonian robots get messed up in the fortress. I don't feel like they earned that. I didn't necessarily care. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. That's an awesome scene, but wasn't really emotionally involved. The whole thing with Metamorpho and in the Pocket Universe with him and his child and all that didn't really. It was fun. It was fun. The action sequence was fun. It was great. Like the was it the Proton River? No, the Antimatter River? No, something like that. Whatever it was. It was fun. The black hole thing was tight. That was really cool. Everything with Crypto, really a lot of fun. But even the scene with Mally where he gets decked with the Russian roulette, yes, it was a sad moment to see, like, David Corenswet's compassion for the humans and for human beings, and Mally, like, didn't deserve that. But again, I don't know that we really, like, the movie didn't really earn that moment for me, if that makes it, like, I wasn't that, like, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, whoa, that's, like, whoa. It was more of a shock value than that's sad. It's just, like, it didn't earn it. Of course it was sad, but the movie didn't earn it. Nicholas Hoult sold that moment because it was just like, oh, I thought that was going to last longer, and he's just, like, laughing it off, which is crazy. President of Baravia. I think he was fun. It was jumping around so much you can't really formulate what's happening. I thought it was really intense when Hawk Girl just, like, dropped him. That was awesome. Justice Gang, a lot of fun. Nathan Fillion, a lot of fun. I think he's really great in this role. I think he's definitely one of the standouts of the movie, along with Nicholas Hoult. But, you know, yeah, it's a lot of that. Mr. Terrific, really, really cool. He's just, like, cool character. Like, yeah, man. Like, just real cool. But, I don't know. Like, on second watch, I was just like, okay. Like, I know I did my second review of it after thinking on it for a while, but now after watching it again, I'm like, I still really loved it. Like, I really liked it. Like, I'll watch it again because it's fun. But yeah, I think it's not as good as I thought it was when I first watched it. But that said, I still get it. Like, I got it more. I got what the movie was trying to do more. It makes more sense. I can see what's happening. I just think that I would have liked to have earned a little bit more, or the movie earned my emotions a little bit more. I think for a comic book movie, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, is it better than Man? Like, it's not fair to compare it to Man of Steel or Superman 1978 because they're all very different movies. Man of Steel is much more grounded in some kind of a serious reality, whereas this is grounded in much more of a reality, but it's like a more light-hearted one. So you can't compare. Like, it's okay if you like both. It's okay if you like one more than the other. I don't think you have to necessarily hate one or the other because you like the other one. But I think David is a good Superman. I really do. I think Henry was a good Superman for what that universe was. I think they're very different. Very different. And I think that, yes, somebody in my comments on TikTok, was it TikTok? Yeah, I think it was TikTok, said Zack Snyder's Superman was a Superman. James Gunn's Superman is a Superman. So emphasis on the super for Snyder, emphasis on the man for James Gunn, and I thought that was, like, brilliant. I thought that was, like, really a brilliant way to do it. And that's what I think this is. I think David's a brilliant man trying to be Superman, whereas I think Henry Cavill was like a god being Clark Kent. So that's where I think it is. I do still think that the relationship building in this movie was really good. I just would have liked to have established a little bit more of the backstory as much as I'm going back on my words here. Like the scene with him and Lois, that interview in the beginning of the movie, it's one of my favorite scenes. There's no Supermaning, there's no actioning. It's just this couple having this hard conversation, and they're both just having this big misunderstanding. And you know, it's funny. It's like I've had that where it's like you have this conversation and it's not going the way that you think, and then you're like, you know what? I'm just going to go. And then she's just like, don't do that. And he's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just going. It's late. It's like, well, no, you're going because you just had this argument. But I've done that. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not pissed off. I'm going because it's late. Like, that's human. That's what human nature is. It's like you don't want to face the thing that you need to face because it's getting a little hard. And I think that is something, there's something to that in this movie. I haven't quite found it yet. But I think that's obviously another part of this movie is like we're all in this sort of together. We're human. I'm just trying to do the right thing. I get up and I put one foot in front of the other, just like you and everybody else. And I don't always do the right thing. But I think that there is something in there about not facing the thing that you need to face because it's hard. So I think potentially that's something. But yes, this has been my second viewing reaction. I'm still going to give it a 6, 7 out of 10. I want to see it again just because I do have fun with it. It's a Superman movie. Like, I love it. I love it. I can't wait to get the suits and review the cosplay versions that I have coming. I've already reviewed a couple, so be sure to check those out. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, ding, ding. If you haven't already told me what your stance is on this movie, comment down below. You know I love that. Follow me at SuperFitCosplay on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.